It's been, I want to say like 3 or 4 years since I've done a hang clean. So I'm just gonna max out and see who we can go up to, you know what I mean? And I'm really curious to see because my all-time max for hang cleans before I stopped was 315. So just curious to see if, you know, just powerlifting and working on building up the strength on squat, bench, and deadlift has kind of translated into just like overall strength and, you know, seeing what we can do after not training for fucking 3 years. Trust, we're not going to be able to go that heavy because it has been 3 years. You know, it's not like we're going to be going up to like 405 or anything like that. And even if we feel really good, and for whatever reason we could go up to 405, I'm not. The most I would go up to is 315 because that was our old max, just to see like if we can move it a lot easier, even though we haven't been training for like 3 years, because that would be cool and just seeing like how much stronger we've gotten overall. But I would stop there. I'm kind of like, man, I'm trying to think if I should like warm up, just kind of really working on getting underneath that bar, or just warm up and try to, I guess it kind of comes down to what we really want to fucking, like, how we want to leverage like what we want to rely on for these hang cleans, you know, because if we want to rely on just kind of like fucking raw strength, then I guess warming up by just doing these strictly as possible. If we kind of want to rely on technique, then I think it makes the most sense to kind of just like work on fucking really getting underneath that. I don't know. Maybe we'll warm up kind of like both. So like we'll do 3 reps of this. First one just strict to really getting underneath that. And then as we climb up in weight, just doing 2, like maybe alternating. So like next warm up, we'll strict that. Next warm up, we'll get underneath that. Next warm up, strict that. Kind of just warm up both. I feel like is the most logical thing. So I did 185. That felt pretty good. We now have on 225. And already I'm glad that we kind of just spent the bar 135 and 185, not just working on getting warmed up so we can fucking use our raw strength, but also just spending some time working on the technique, because I mean, this is already weight that I feel like I need to have at least a little bit of a foundation to fucking do it, just because it's been so fucking long. The only thing that feels just off and awkward is the wrist. Because you know anything about hang cleans, you kind of want to have it go so that you can kind of like get those elbows up. It's like you're getting it into that front squat position. So, and throughout not doing, or years and years and years and years of not doing hang cleans and just not really working on or not doing anything to kind of maintain that wrist mobility, I've lost a good amount of it. So that's the only thing that feels a little bit awkward. Definitely a little bit off. But I gotta say, comparing that to 225 back in the day, definitely feels 10 times easier. And that's also without straps, because I always use straps when I hang clean back in the day. So when I did get to a point where I could barely strict clean 225, I would have the straps. I was never able to do it without straps. Like me walking up to 225 back when I used to do hang cleans and not having the straps, that would get in my head, and it's something I genuinely would not attempt because I knew that I would not be able to, and it would fly out of my fucking hands. So if anything, I'm curious to get the straps on and just see how much, really see how much overall strength we've gained. Raw strength, I should say. 275, yeah. So we are gonna put on these straps, and try to get active. Also, if you ever do hang cleans and you want to use straps, do not strap in like how you usually would. Like, I'm talking like tie it tight and all that. You want to have them pretty fucking loose and at least leave some room for you, for the bar to kind of like slide within your hands so that you can get it up there like that. Because I'm telling you, if you try to grip it fully and these are tight, you're gonna fuck up your wrist like that. So just a little hang clean strap tip. So instead of, you know, strapping it up like this, you know, and just being like super hard with it, right? We're gonna kind of strap up like this, kind of like make her put the fingertips on it, you know, and kind of just one loop around, right? And then just kind of have our fingertips on it like this, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to do a deadlift using the straps, but you're trying to leverage the straps by kind of just holding it like right here with the straps on so that you can cut your range of motion a little bit. That's how you want to think of strapping up for the hang cleans. This is good. I'm like actually having fun with these. You know, it's kind of just like cool. Like, cause I think of it as just like setting up these little mental barriers. And then with each clean that we do within this weight range, it's like breaking that down and making us become that more mentally stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole just sequence of me just sitting there, I'm probably gonna cut it down because it's long, but just standing there for like 2 minutes is literally just me just like trying to climb over that mental barrier and then just like fucking going for it, because I told y'all that commit to get underneath the bar, it's a fucking lot. So like I said though, we're just gonna keep going up in weight little by little, because I think just with the mental barrier, like the way that moved, I mean, I could definitely just put on 315 and go for it, but I think that's too big of a jump to where I'm really gonna be getting in my head about it and then just being like, nah. So we got 10 more pounds to go before we're at 315. So I'll probably just put on a 5 on top of this, right? And then after that, I'll take that off and put on the 45. All right, now we are going to throw on 315 and do the same thing. Just put it on, chill, think about Barbella washing my car in a white skin tight shirt, oil and water all over it, all soapy and all that shit rubbing all over the hood. Use that as motivation, pick it up and just do the fuck out of it. And man, first attempt. And I'm especially happy with that because I was thinking about going the route of just stacking on 5s on each side just to help with the mental barrier. But I decided to step it up, kind of build that wall up pretty high by pitting on 3 plates, looking at that and just still doing it. You know, I'm honestly very surprised that we were able to just fucking commit to it, you know, because 315 way back when was such a fucking mental block for me. But like, it's nice to know that like overall we've gotten so much stronger than we were before, that we could just come in after 3 fucking years, losing a lot of fucking form, losing that wrist mobility, losing a lot of the shit that helped me to be the strongest I ever was at hang clean at the time, and still come in and hit our old max. You know what I'm saying? On just like a day where like we literally fucking maxed out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on different lifts. And just yesterday, we maxed out on fucking conventional deadlifts, pulling anti-sumo. My back is fucking cooked right now. So to come in and, like I said, just in proper form, you know, and just say, fuck it, let's see if we can do our old max and throw on 315 and do that. That's, I mean, that to me, like I know it seems like, well, you haven't gotten that much stronger because you just did your old max. Like I'm telling y'all, you go and step away from a lift for 3 fucking years and then come back and do it after losing a bunch of technique and all that shit. Just because you gain strength does not mean you're gonna be able to absolutely, I feel like in a way we did smoke that, to be honest. You know, like if I had the same form, like what I'm trying to say is this, right? Just because all we did was 315 and that was our max before, that doesn't mean that we haven't gotten stronger. If anything, it shows just how much stronger we've gotten overall and that the type of training that we're doing is working. Because at the time I did 315, right? I had been pain cleaning for about 1.5 to 2 years. My technique was solid. My form was solid. The mobility that you need, all that shit, it was solid. I lost all that shit coming back to hang cleans today. Because during that time, I was not doing any movements that kept up with that mobility, that technique, and all that shit. And if anything, an even bigger mental block when it comes to committing to that weight, because it's been 3 years since I've done it. And we were still able to come in after maxing all week, after building up all this fatigue, after our lower back is absolutely fucking cooked, and just hit 315, because we felt like it. So I feel like that really does show just how much strength we've gotten overall.